Hello. Oops. Should have been more prepared for that. Hi. Look, I finally got around to making a splash screen. It looks like shit. But I'm gonna keep at it. This took me all of 5 minutes to make that. I promise I'll make it prettier, but right now it's what I got. Anyway, we're doing more 14 today. Please show up. Please show up, video game. There you go. Good job, video game. So, last time I played this... Alright, Discord, I'm gonna need you to stop. I'm gonna need you to stop forever. Anyway, last time I tried to play FF14, I was so sleep deprived. I guess I was so sleep deprived I don't remember what day it was, because I swear it was a day that I had worked like all day. Is this the mic? Okay, I just want to share that I got the right microphone. I swear it was a day that I was working all day, and then I decided that I was gonna go home, and my friend had wanted to do a podcast discussion with me on his channel. I think it's at FFXIV. Let me double check. Can I look at all my... Oh, REVXGAMES, where we were streaming, we streamed a discussion about the Batman movie, and, God, you couldn't tell. Hello, Juno, I'm watching while also playing. I will catch up to you. I will not catch up to you. Juno is at like level 78 quests. I barely just got to the Crystarium. But basically, I don't think it was even the same day after all. I was talking to my friend, who is the girlfriend of the guy that I was doing the podcast video with. And she was like, "No, you guys were talking like after the podcast. It was like 1 a.m. I go, "Holy shit." So yes, my hair looks like a mess. Jesus, I haven't had to worry about that in a while. Here's what we're gonna do. Completely forgot to put on my little beanie. Oh, look at this. I like this art. So basically I got through like about an hour of Shadowbringers before I decided, should probably go to sleep. So we're gonna play this for a little bit now that I am fully awake and I can fully take this in. This place is pretty. I was showing off how the Crystarium is based off of the Rapture demo from that old Square Enix tech demo, and it looks really nice. You know, I think it's a good translation of it. But we're gonna continue on. You've done as I requested and learned something of the world in which you find yourself. Did I? I think I was just introduced to the area around me, so... now it's time I fulfilled my half the bargain and explained what has befallen your comrades. And that is a conversation I would rather have in the privacy of my quarters, however. I must go on ahead to the tower and organize a few things, but I shall see that the guards knows to admit me. Who's Grahatia? Why do I keep seeing him? Should I know? Oh, him. Oh man, I haven't seen him in a long while. The red cat boy. I know, I just saw like art of him the other day. I was like, should I know who this is? From the Crystal Tower raid? Yeah, I still don't know what his relevancy is and why I'm bringing him up now. Besides the fact that besides the Crystal Tower, right? I'm afraid I found no such individual residing in the tower. Oh! Because he went inside. Right, now I remember. Sorry, am I being too loud? I feel like my levels are a bit too loud for talking, but we're gonna keep it like that. I gotta fuck around and find out. Yes, no, I remember now. At the very end of the Crystal Tower raid, he locked himself inside of it. That's what it was. I'm afraid I found no such individual residing in the tower and it passed into my care. Mayhap we can revisit that mystery another time. For now, I think it best we focus on the present. It's cool, but I miss the orchestral of Stormblood. I should attune to all of these, huh? Too bad I can't use my mount. Look how this place is so much bigger than I thought it was, actually. Like, look at this place. You still get lost here? It's big. I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, you know, the place isn't nearly as big as I would like it to be. But now that I'm looking at the map, and I was like, oh, actually, it's huge. Holy shit. I should probably attune, or I should probably set this ether point as my home point, huh? Is there any other place closest to it? I guess it'd be this one. I love how much of a... Oh, wait, before I forget. I'm gonna attune to it, or rather set it as my home point. I love how different it is already. It's such a nice breath of fresh air. This is gonna sound weird, but it reminds me of the 2005 DreamWorks animated film Robots. Which has nothing to do with anything other than I played the PS2 video game as a child, and I don't even think there was even an area that looks remotely like this, but the feeling of like the high kind of indoor-outdoor setting looks very neat to me, and I love it. The Quadrivium. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Yay! Tessellation. Alright, onward. Sorry, I wanted to do that. Get that out of the way. Before I forget. Where did my phone go? Oh, there it is. Ooh, I like his outfit. Can I get that from my gunbreaker?
Welcome to the Ocular, my private study. We can speak here without fear of being overheard. I have much to explain, but the truths which I must touch upon in doing so would cause only distress and confusion to the people of this world. Pray keep that in mind.
I'm like trying to listen to his voice. Juno and I had been postulating about who this person is. I am thinking he is some sort of alternate reality version of a character I already know.
Now, I am sure you are desperate to know the fate of your fellow scions. To put it simply, they are here in the first. Their arrival, however, was not as recent as you may imagine. Here, time flows at a different pace from that of the source.
Has yet to reveal his face to me. Oh boy. So she told me that she was you're doing the level 78 quests? I hope you never see his face.
In the space of a single hour in your home world, an entire year might pass in the first, and the reverse could also be true. The pace fluctuates.
I wish my dogs didn't eat through my sandals. Alright. I had a feeling about who he was the second I saw him. You know, me too, but just for the sake of like a aha moment, I'm gonna keep it to myself.
That said, we seem to be entering a period of near equivalence. And thus, for the moment, you need not overly concern yourself with the passage of time.
It's me, isn't it? He's gonna take his hood off and it's just gonna be me.
However, Yustola and Urianger have dwelled here for 3 winters, all told, while Thancred's count stands at 5.
Oh my god!
Even our more recent arrivals, Alphino and Alize, have lived in the first for almost a year.
Jesus Christ! How do we put a time skip in my MMO?
The art of reaching across worlds has proven exceedingly difficult to master. Thus it was that my fumbling hand closed upon those to whom your fate is most closely bound as well.
He couldn't have just sent them back. He's naked. He always shows up naked.
Though they may appear to possess corporeal bodies, they are in truth merely spirits that one can see and touch.
He's like, whoa, back off.
Consequently, while you yourself will be able to pass between worlds with relative freedom, they will not. Much as it grieves me, they are stranded here, unable to return.
Why? I love the music. Did Yoko Shimomura do music for Shadowbringers? Then find a way to send them back. I love how direct the Warrior of Light is. Then just a few cutscenes that I've seen of him. Yoko Shimomura. Is it just Soken? Yeah, I guess it is just Soken, huh? Alright. Hello? I think you're lagging. What do you mean? Am I? Unless it's your computer.
We spent every waking hour searching for a way to reverse the summoning. In the beginning, at least.
Maybe I'll turn on. Maybe I'll watch my stream and see.
Rest to everyone.
I don't think. Okay, it was buffering for a bit, but it went away. Okay.
As you may have surmised, however, our efforts met with little success. And then we all but abandoned the endeavor once Urianger shared with us the vision he had witnessed during his journey through the rift. In that chaotic no man's land between realms, time and space warp and blend in unexpected ways. What Urianger saw was the future. That which would one day come to pass.
It's all okay now? Okay, I'm gonna turn this off just to save on bandwidth.
The first was rejoined with the source. This collision of worlds brought about the 8th umbral calamity and the deaths of countless multitudes. Amongst those who perished, Urianger clearly saw the fall of the Scion's mightiest champion. He watched you die.
I wish he did the little cat thing.
And thus did the Scions embrace their exile, and began searching this world for a means to forestall the coming catastrophe in yours. Their souls are stranded in the first, yes, but they have fought on, desperate to save their home and you from destruction. Nor have their efforts been in vain, for it was they who finally established that the elimination of the Sin Eaters will indeed serve to prevent the calamity.
Thancred's been here for 5 years.
Circumstances of our meeting, you would be forgiven for doubting my version of events. And so, before all else, I would suggest you track down your comrades and hear the tale from their lips. I shall of course be happy to assist in these reunions, and you need not make any decisions regarding your involvement until you are certain of where you stand. Meanwhile, I promise I will not rest until I have found a way to help your friends return home.
Yeah, how do you fuck up that badly? You were trying to get me and you grabbed like 8 other people. Or 6 other people, rather. Right? 1,
What
2.
say you? Have I earned your trust for the moment, at least?
Let me choose. I love how sassy you're getting in this one.
Excellent. You will not regret this.
Like the options are still the same, but I love how sassy the options are. It's very not to have like the smallest worldview in the entire gaming history, but it's very Persona-ish.
Getting you ready for the road. Traveling across the rift has no doubt left you weary. I will arrange for a room where you might rest in comfort. While it's being prepared, perhaps I can show you around.
Yeah, let's check out your digs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The Rosarian boasts a number of residential districts, but I have been informed that a room has just become available at the Pendants, which, as it turns out, is perfect. Our path there will take us past the markets, and I was hoping to give you my own introduction to their wares. Come along. I love these purple trees. He's doing his best. I don't know the guy yet. I know you guys are best friends now, but I don't know him. I'm with myself on this one. I don't trust him.
This is the Musica Universalis, the commercial heart of the Crystarium. What you might need to prepare for your journeys can be purchased here. Ah, yes. You must be curious about the currency. Fear not. The gil you carry will serve you well enough. Each nation once minted its own coins, but 'twas all a jumbled mess following the flood. After much debate, the local merchants eventually elected to revert to the old ways, wherein a coin's value was decided by the worth of its metal. As for a unit of measurement, we agreed upon the term gil, a word borrowed from coins uncovered within the Crystal Tower here. And as our traders peddled their wares across the land, so too did our usage of gil become common practice.
Neat.
From what your stola tells me, a standard coin from the source equates to exactly 1 gil here, or near enough not to matter.
I'm glad that they expunge on the economical.
The way of life has benefited greatly from the artifacts we recovered from the tower, some of which may be familiar to you.
Oh, it's my phone. I got an emote for that. A tombstone. Huh? It's straight up, it's just a phone. I don't even remember how I got that.
But I fear it would not be practical for us to provide everything to which you are accustomed. You shall need a means to access the commodities of your home world. A van Kerm Sin?
Yes, I'm here. Of course I'm here. What amusements do you have for me today?
Oh, ew. Oh.
My dear Feo Ul, paragon of pixie kind. For you, I have the most vital task.
I don't
This
like her
fine
voice.
gentleman is a friend from a distant realm.
She looks like the main character from that Skittles game.
Back and forth from his home. Might you be able to assist us in this matter?
You came from beyond, didn't you? From beyond the rift? How wonderfully exciting! What a brave and reckless and marvelous thing you did! You've the heart of a pixie, you do.
You know, putting me in an alternate reality would have been the perfect time to introduce new accents to me. Like, everyone shows up here and is like, yo, what's up? You're in the first world.
After careful consideration, I have decided to grant you my assistance. Make a pact with me and the fun can begin.
She's got like a thick Brooklyn accent.
But answer me this, traveler. Did your garments come with you when you crossed over? Your teeth? Your nails?
Not my teeth.
Just as I thought! Then you've a good stout connection with your home through which all your belongings, great and small, may easily pass. From this moment forth I will be your isne fis, and you my snay yak. Like the branch which sprouts from the sapling, our bond will flow unbroken from one to the other.
I wonder if there's like an actual translatable language for that.
Raise your hand. Tis done. We are bound now, dearest sapling. Come then. Make your request. Tell me your desire. I wish to visit this world of yours.
I want $1 million.
Mayhap a message to your friends in the source to inform them of your safe arrival.
Yeah. My best friend Totaro.
Consider it done.
As you heard, that was Feo Ul of the Pixies. Their kind possess an affinity for magic akin to that of arcane beings. They rarely show themselves in populated areas, but Feo is insatiably curious even by pixie standards, and seems to have taken a liking to the Crystarium. Right. We were going to organize a room for you, weren't we? Come along.
I love the color scheme. It's so good. So far, they've done a really, really good job at making sure that every area looks distinct. As a result of your pack with Feo, you now have access to delivery moogles, market boards, and summoning bells while in the first. Great. I love that they have an explanation for everything, because I was willing to just take it at face value, MMO rules, but I'm glad that they found a way to make it make sense. I appreciate this. Look at this place. Can I go back here? Wow. Wow, I kind of love it here, actually. Oh my god, look at that area. Can I go down there? Probably not, but I love the implication. Considering that there's no NPCs down there, it probably can't go down there. But it's cool. Ah, there you are. I was just finalizing the matter of your accommodation. You'll have a private room here, dependents, for the duration of your stay to make use of as you see fit. When you are ready to retire, the manager will show you to your lodgings. Pray rest and recuperate, and we shall reconvene in the ocular anon. What about my Pookie? Thank you for answering my call, Sora. We are denied the comforting blanket of night, but may peaceful dreams attend you nonetheless. Right, the sun doesn't set. The sun is moving, though. Is it just... Oh my god, we're on a flat earth. A pleasure to meet you, sir, and welcome to your new home with dependents. Your room is ready, if you care to retire. Sorry, I'm just thinking of, I remember watching, I remember watching, the movie Weathering with You, and there's a part where you get, like, a shot of the Earth from space. I just kind of remarked, wouldn't it be funny if it just zoomed out, and instead of, like, the globe, it was the flat Earth? And they don't explain it, it just cuts to outer space, but it's flat Earth, and it cuts back to the movie, and you're just like, what was that? Oh, he seems so forlorn. You? Huh? Oh, hey, it's him. It's him. I know who you are. What's your name again? What's his name? He's got a dumb name. Nerd? What is it? Dweeb?
I know you. You're the warrior of light from the source.
Look, he's all bloody. Who are you? Hey, I don't believe we've met.
What? Did you just... You can hear me?
Are we friends now?
Gods, how long has it been?
You and I are friends now.
That was what I called myself in your world. The warrior of
Imagine being named Ardbert. It sounds like your parents were eating alphabet soup and just grabbed the first 7 letters.
My real name is Ardbert.
Ew.
I used an alias in the source. A daft one, looking back.
Well, this... it looks like his nobody name, but they forgot to put the X somewhere. I would have accepted Bertrand. Yo, 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 hey, how's it going? What's happening?
If you recall my tale, it was my comrades and I who caused the flood. We thought our home doomed. And so we listened to the Asians. Let them guide us to the source and tried to hasten their goddamned ardor. I remember when we fell, defeated by you and yours. I remember our audience with Minfilia. How she listened to our pleas and returned our souls to the first.
Not much don't got work or homework. What about you? Well, I don't got work or homework either.
Minfilia and my friends, they surrendered what little they had left to hold it back. Just faded away. Leaving me to bear witness.
Oh damn, his entire party died? Oh, that's actually hella sad. Pog. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the prime, Juno. Appreciate it.
How much time has passed since
The
we caused
support. When you get affiliate, I will definitely prime sub to you. I need notifications, Dummy. Can you help me set it up? A good way to spend your afternoon, or are they from work? Yes, actually. Do you know the year? How much time has passed since we caused the flood? It's 2002.
100 years.
Damn.
100 long years.
Damn. What day is it? That's Wednesday. I'm surprised you didn't get called into work, Brandon. Oh, he still can't touch anything.
My hands find no purchase. My gestures catch no eye, and my pleas, be they whispered or screamed, reach not a single ear. I am a shade, cursed to do naught but drift.
Oh, that's Brandon. Hi. Yeah.
I feel as if
I'm
I've
usually the
been walking
backup.
forever. I hardly noticed when my mind and body began to fray at the edges. Then bang! My senses were sharp again.
Stephanie wanted to go to work today, so we stopped by and said hello. Then I got a text from our boss, and I was like, no thank you. I want to follow you since I remember you mentioned you had a Twitch a while back. Oh yeah. Oh, you're not talking to me. It doesn't feel like a fish being reeled in, and before I knew it, I found myself in this room.
Is it that you can see me? What are you even doing here, come to that?
Well, you know, just hanging around. You're at 100 followers now. Oh yeah, congrats. That makes 100, doesn't it?
To save the first. A waste of time. This world is beyond saving, like those who try to save it. Muddled as my mind may be, I've not forgotten that. But if fate has brought me to you, the one person in this God's forsaken world who can see and hear me, then perhaps there is a reason I endured.
Muffin Mafia for life. I do like muffins over cupcakes. I don't know why.
If I can find out why I was left behind, then maybe I can bring this journey of mine to an end.
That's hella tragic.
Well, I'll be watching, Warrior of Light.
Less sugar, more flavor. I think it's about like how most cupcakes are like fluffy.
This world has had its fill of heroes.
You had to watch old cutscenes to remember who the fuck Ardbert was? Oh man, I couldn't stop thinking about the Warrior of Darkness when they showed up and then just fucked off. I was like, really? I was expecting this plotline to go much longer than that. I didn't remember his name was Ardbert was though. In fact, if you hadn't just said it now, I would have forgotten it already. Look how big my quarters are. I hated him at first. I mean, I kind of did too. I think he did his job perfectly. If you hated him, or do you mean you hated him here in Shadowbringers? Because when he first showed up in post Heavensward, He just tells you now. That's why. My bad. I spoil it. No, I'm pretty sure they called him Ardbert, but it was one of those like dialogue pieces that wasn't like that didn't have subtitles on it. Like it was just like they said it like Ardbert or whatever. And I was like, what's his name? Some lame ass dork shit. I'm gonna call you dork. Man, this place is great. It's nice looking at this place with, like, lucid eyes. Not like the fucking nerdbert. Our nerd. Our dork. Dorkbert. Ardbert, more like fart bird.
I trust you were able to rest.
You can get G shaders to make it look even better, but I'm not smart enough to help you with those. Nah, I saw those. I don't think I saw one that I really liked. I had a ghostly visitor. He's like, anyway.
I was not aware the room was haunted, and you were rather tired. Well, should you receive another visitation...
He's just gonna brush it off. You think I'm lying to you?
Now, let us return...
I'm not gonna bring it up again. Okay. I'm so stupid. Oh yes, show me this map.
This map shows the lands of Northrend, the only area to be spared the flood of light.
Jesus. It is the flat earth. Look, it's even oval shape. Covered by an ice wall. Oh, it's true. Avalonia. Stop. Is that Girabanya?
The Crystarium is here, in the region known as Lakeland.
Lakeland. I'm trying to read the word. It's really hard.
To the north is the fairy kingdom of Ilmek. That is where you'll find Urianger.
Hell yeah, some people owe me money. My favorite... So one time, at work, there used to be like the most heinous motherfucker I've ever met. Like, completely, like, he would bring up like the worst possible things.
Lies the once prosperous civilization of
Raktika.
Your Stola is stationed there, in the heart of the forest.
Hold on, let me finish. Or are we not gonna talk about this?
Neither location can be reached without considerable difficulty.
Okay.
As such, I would suggest you first seek out one of the twins, each of whom is stationed but a short flight from the Crystarium. Alphino is on Calusia.
Calusia?
The western shore.
Damn, I read that
It is
hella
home to a
wrong.
city called Yulmore, where the rich and privileged while away their days in idleness. For his part in furthering our cause, Alphino journeyed there to meet with the citizenry and forge alliances. From what I hear, he has since kept himself busy gathering information around the main settlement. Alize, meanwhile, traveled south to the arid wastes of Armarang.
How can you even read that? I mean, they're like corresponded to the English lettering. So this is the A, right? How they're the same. To be fair, it's not supposed to be readable, so it looks like garbage, but they are using consistent letters. So I guess if you memorize it, you'd be able to read it, but I am not gonna even. I already forgot what these areas are.
contrast to her brother, Alize felt that her energies would better be spent learning about the enemy, and thus she sells her
Built
services
fucking
to
different,
Cole,
exactly.
both to hone her skills and gather information on her foe.
It's true.
So, will it be Calicia or Armoray? It matters not which you choose to visit first. Simply inform me once you've made your decision, and I will see to it that you are provided with a suitable mount.
Does it matter? Do I get the same mount? Do I get a different mount?
But you must
Is
be
that an
wondering about
octopus?
He has taken up with a new companion, and is presently engaged as a wandering hunter of sin eaters. Being ever on the move, his whereabouts are often difficult to ascertain, but I am certain your paths will cross ere long.
Homie's on his lunch break from anime. What the hell? How do you guys have that octopus? What the fuck? He messed it up? I'm looking. Who are you, mother? Who are you? Who are you? Just look under his hood. Anyway, yeah, I used to work with this guy who would like bring up like the most racist, awful shit ever, and he would buy into every single conspiracy theory ever. And on his way out, because we couldn't get it, because you know, clearly what he was talking about was super against company policy. You're not supposed to be talking about that type of stuff at work, but we couldn't get him, like, you know, no one like reported him or anything like that, so he just ended up quitting. Right before he quit, I managed to get him to believe in the flat earth conspiracy, and that's my greatest achievement. Got him to think about it at least, because I mentioned it very briefly, and he's kind of like almost incredulously like, you don't actually believe that, do you? And I just kind of looked at him like, don't you? Just kind of like walked away. And then I heard him talking about it again like the next day. I'm like, great, fantastic. Let's go look for Alice, because oh look, she's got a new outfit, ready to depart for Amareg. Alice will be overjoyed to see you safe. I know she was particularly concerned for your well-being. Yeah, she was like the last one that was with me. What did I tell him? I just kind of started talking about the flat earth, and just how, like, you know, I mean, if you really think about it, you know, I mean, how do they prove that? By just like you know, just kind of like spouting back the same kind of shit that like the quote flat earth conspirators would tell you. And he kind of went, let's, you know, I don't know, man, it's kind of. And then he started talking about it, and I'm like, great, good. She impressed upon me how regrettable the timing of her summoning was, repeatedly. I only hope that my part in sending you to her will garner me some measure of forgiveness. Here, this is a letter of introduction addressed to a man named Custard, the master of a merchant caravan. There are few who know the ways of the desert as well as he does. Find him at the Amaro launch, and he will see that you reach your destination. Those people will believe everything they read from unsourced articles, but then go on to say mainstream media is feeding us lies. Absolute bacas. I remember there was that Flat Earth documentary on Netflix, and the very last thing that happens in that movie is they have a test where they put these like these boards with like holes in it over like the stretch of like a river, basically. And the idea is that if they're all level, right, the idea is that they're gonna put like a what do you call that, not a flashlight, but like a laser light through each hole, and if it passes through each hole straight, that means that the earth is flat. And they tried it and it didn't work. And so if you raise it, that means that the earth is curved somewhat, and they raise it and then the line went through. So yes, they just proved themselves. BRB dungeon time, good luck. Is it Praetorium? Are you about to face such devastation? Your destination is an island off the west coast, so you will need a mount capable of making the journey. You saw the video? Yep. Yeah, I watched that whole documentary, and they kind of spouted off that it was about community and stuff like that. But you could have a community without, like, what does that feel like? It's MSQ. Oh, I mean, Praetorium's MSQ. Here's a letter of introduction presented to Too Many Consonants, the master of beasts at Temenos Rookery, and he will take care of you. When you see Alphino, be sure to pass on my warmest regards. Well, we are gonna go... As for communication with the source, Fio Ul will gladly serve as your messenger. If needs be, however, you yourself should be capable of making the journey between worlds. The device there will serve as a portal. Simply touching a hand to its surface will transport you to the location of the beacon I left at the base of the tower. In theory, at least. Okay. I actually really like the music here. Norvrent. Did they not have enough vowels for everybody? I can't wait to see what the areas outside look like. Is it just... Oh man, it's upstairs, isn't it? Shit. A forest? Hold on, let me take a look-see. Let me take a look at when do I get my first... Oh, not for a while, huh? Not for a while. Well, let's see how far we get. I want to make it to at least the first dungeon before I turn it off today. But we'll see if I make it that far. Hold a moment, sinner. You're not from here, are you? A fellow wandering soul, an eternal inhabitant of the road? I thought so. My aspiration is to travel the whole wide world, though it's a fair bit smaller than it used to be. So far, dreamers go, it's a lot more realistic than you might think. Even so, this sinner's got nerves of steel. He's a born explorer. There's no land too distant, or is this gonna be for the sightseeing log? Yep. Northern may be a shadow of its former glory, but there is still joy and excitement to be found if you know where to look, my friend. So I implore you, look, look, look. Nice. Leaves of Crystarium. Oh yeah, I remember they said that they stopped making leaves be for Disciple of War or Magic classes, and it's now purely a crafter thing. So I don't even have a crafter at level 10. I'm looking for work. I might have a spot for another guard. I was about to set off for our outpost there, as a matter of fact, so you can leave right away, assuming you have everything you need. Big excite. What does this place look like? Ooh.
Arang. From this parched earth, the nation of Nabath, Arang once rose. When I journeyed here, long ago, I spoke with a sun-weathered elder. He told me Armarang meant majestic land in the language of his people. And so it might still be, were it not for the light's unrelenting onslaught.
I love how hostile the light is in this world. You know, I'm starting to understand why. They decided to do the near crossover here. Oh, that's not sand. That's the dry earth. No matter how many times I come here, the cold never fails to catch me off guard. The sky may be as bright as in the scorching hours of day, but it gets brisk enough to make you shiver. Now, the Exarch's letter said I was to take you to the inn at Journey's Head, which is where this Alice friends of yours is staying. Well, that's a fair old distance, so I propose we make a stop in Mordsuk to break up the trek, allowing me to attend to some business and you to enjoy the local hospitality. Sound good? Good. See the bits covered in sand. Is this sand? There's like grass sticking out of it. Ooh, a cactuar. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I gotta do the treasure trove stuff. Stop here a moment. This is your first visit to Amarang, is it not? Before you cross the river sand, you need to turn around and feast your eyes on that. Oh, this thing? Yep. I saw it in the intro. I gotta get all the mounts from this treasure trove. So, it might be a little short stream, actually. Depends. I might stop at like 9 or whatever. They built them big, didn't they? That's Kasar Sharl. A fortress meant to protect the northern reaches of Nabath Arang. Seeing what was left behind, I believe it when they say that it was once one of Norvrant's mightiest nations. At least until the flood came along. Great chunks of Nabath Arang's lands were lost to the light, its great city included. The few who survived didn't see much point in staying. Most of them, anyway. No, not many choose to come here these days, not with everything in ruins. Even that hulking great fortress has become little more than an Amaro roost for me and my caravan. But not everywhere is as deserted as this place. Just wait until you see Mordsuk. Let's press on, shall we? Something about, like, old civilizations half covered in sand is so crazy to me. Lots of places. There's a spot in Elden Ring that is kind of like that. And in real life too, actually. Now that I think about it, I think it's in Italy. where they're having a lot of trouble making underground subway stations because every time they dig down to for like tracks and stuff, they run into like ancient structures fully preserved that the city just built on top of, and that's crazy. I hope this doesn't do the annoying Stormblood thing where it makes me do half of the Ether Compasses and then... Here we are, Mortsuk, by the Blessed Shadow. I love this town. Okay, I like the quest complete sound, but the duty accept one, eh. I don't know if I like the electric guitar on that. Not just full of Mord, but Humes and all matter of others too. It has long been a refuge for folk displaced by the flood, so the population is nothing if not diverse. Oh, have you met a Mord before? They might look like shifty little blighters, but a more welcoming lot you could wish to meet. Speaking of which, we should pay our respects to Master Gengen. I'll go ahead and let him know you've arrived. Oh, it's these guys. Oh no, every time these guys get introduced in a story, it's always the most tragic thing in the whole wide world. I love them. I forget what they're called in my world, but yes. Oh, really? I'm good. Guess I'm good. Material supplier. Material girl. Oh. Wow, why is this one so expensive? I forgot to attune to the thing. Shit. Please don't be the saddest story in the world. That's a kobold.
Master Gengen, this is the friend of the Exarch I was telling you about.
Very good, very good. Though friend or no, all are welcome in Mords.
Is this the first time we've heard them voiced?
Souk is Mordish for city. As things stand, this souk boasts the largest and busiest marketplace in all Armorang. You'll find ore from the mines here, of course, but all manner of other things too, many of them rare. As I told you before, not many visit Armorang by choice, but Mord Souk's a different story. Merchants come from miles around to purchase the relics the Mord dig up.
Aye, that they do. For Mords do not dismiss the spoils of the earth. We clean them and polish them and reveal to the world their true value. That is why they come here, come from far away, come with much money. And so our souk is always busy, busy, busy. No such thing as a thing no one needs.
You say that every time, Master Gengen. Some sort of family motto, wasn't it?
Motto? That's me.
Or perhaps a Mord philosophy, for which we should all be very grateful. Would that everyone was so willing to take in refugees regardless of race or creed. Now then, if you intend to spend any time here, you'll want to gain the trust of the locals. And there's a little custom all newcomers are expected to observe.
The cracking of the coin purse. You buy one thing from the market. Price can be low or high, just as long as you buy.
As the good Mord says. In fact, the Exarch sent a little something to cover this very expense.
2 gil.
A Verbert gold piece, no less. The first I've held in years.
Okay.
Verbal gold? Real verbal gold?
Oh, Jesus.
Here, newcomer, crack your coin purse with me.
Oh no, you want my goods, newcomer? I have jars and pots all smooth and shiny.
Over here! Come and look!
You buy, you buy?
The cutscene quality is getting so good.
This one must still journey through the barrens. Nothing bulky, nothing heavy, no pots. Nothing better for the road than a full belly. Spend that piece at Ronron's place, yes? Eat for 3 before you leave.
I love the voice too. Man, I love the kobolds. They're probably my favorite race. Most tragic fucking every single time they show up in a story. It's always the saddest shit in the whole wide world. I have wares to empty your purse and fill your belly. Take your time, stare and sniff before you choose, but no drooling on the merchandise, yes? You may move the camera as well, zoom in and out. Target a foodstuff and then what? Oh, really? Really? Worms? Bread? Meat? And skewers. Oh, these got frogs in it. Chewy skewers. Find small frogs hiding under rocks. Spear with stick, then roast over fire. Crackly on the outside, gooey on the inside. Perfect for snacking. Oh, I gotta look at all of them. Let's look at the worms then. Ew. Ugh. Everyone's favorite. Plump white worms. White worms slathered in honey. Once you eat a glazed wriggler, you'll never want any other treat. I'm gonna pass. And some uncooked meat. That's my ever-burning bounty, made with the best parts of the lizard, cured with special spicy spices. Some find the smell challenging, but it'll warm you up on chilly desert nights. Yeah, can I just have this tortilla that you have here? That's just bread. I hope it just says bread. Oh. I call that mush loaf. The middle is stuffed with bittersweet cactus fruits, so even if the bread dries out, it's still moist inside. Keeps you going in the heat. I'll take the bread. Which to choose? Which to choose? I get to choose? I'll take the bread. Give me that mush loaf. Can't go wrong with a little bit of bread. You won't wither on the sands with a gut full of cactus fruit filling. It did drive Sokka insane. One Verbertite owner buys you 40 loaves of. Oh my god. I wish that you actually like showed it. Don't tell me I got to eat it right now. That was the driest gulp. Oh my god. I ate it all. I think I'll share the rest. Our visitor invites us to feast. Let us give thanks for his great generosity and small appetite. I like your coat. Can I have it? Consider your coin purse cracked. I am pleased to accept your custom, and Gengen will be pleased that you honored ours. Oh no. I pass out and get sent back to the source. Keeping the merchandise down, yes? No returns. This feels like the very first chapter of a new game. I love that. I was watching you from here, Sora. You honored our custom, and with great relish. You will always be welcome in Mordsuk. If you need anything in Amarang, we are here to provide. Gahaha, you have courage, my friend. Ronron's wares are more exotic than harmful, but I don't envy you the bellyache you'll have on the morrow. Right, now that you've eaten, I expect you're eager to get back on the road. Would you mind if we delayed our departure a touch? I have a few deals left to close before I conclude my business here in Mordsuk. Oh, offering your services, are you? Well, an assistant would certainly help hurry things along. I have a receipt here for some goods that need picking up from the market. All properly paid for. You just need to do the lifting and carrying. Once again, hero of our realm, warrior of light, please run these errands. Although it makes sense, this is not my world, so fine, I'm just some dude. I'll go take care of some last minute haggling then, see you in a bit. Come on, Poogie. Table cactus, iron ore. Okay. Table cactus from Tauntaun. Let's go look for Tauntaun. Nope. Oh, iron ore from Tauntaun. Yes. Kazard sent you, did he? Right, yes. What kind of ore was it again? Iron ore. Table cactus from Tauntaun. Cool. I gotta attune to it before I forget. Holy shit. I almost walked right by it again. I also love how different the aetherytes here. They're like kind of more blocky. This is great. I love the areas here so far. Granted, I've only seen 2, but it's pretty good. They're good areas. Although it is weird that they're trying to reintroduce me to... I mean, it is a new area, and I guess it is supposed to feel like you're starting over. But... quick work too, considering you've not set foot in the place before. I thought you wanted to sit in the city like the Exarch, but something tells me you're not a stranger to visiting strange lands. Unfortunately, your efficiency presents something of a problem. I'd hoped to conclude all my business before you return, but it seems there's been some confusion over one of the orders I placed. I'll have to drag in my middleman and sort this mess out. I'm sorry to make you sit around and twiddle your thumbs. A lady. Well, if it isn't the lovely Tesleen. It has been a while, but your timing couldn't be better. This gentleman was on his way to meet with Alice. I'm supposed to be taking him to your corner of the desert, but a misplaced order has commandeered my attention. Wait, I know who you are. How wonderful to meet you in the flesh after hearing all those stories. I'm Tesleen. I work as a carer at the inn, and I've gotten to know Alice quite well since she took up guard duties there. I'm gonna go meet my friends, and they've had like their own like MSQ the entire time, especially Thancred. My shopping's all done and packed for the road, so it would be no more. That'd be a great help, thank you. He spent 2 years by himself before Urianger showed up, and then Yestola a year after that. Well, it looks like you'll be able to head straight out after all. My caravan and I will be in the area for a while yet. Seek me out when you've had your fill of Amarang, and I'll send you back to the Crystarium. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, actually. Not that far away from the next quest, actually. Alice has been desperate to see you, Sora, so let's get you to her sooner rather than later. Then it isn't too hard to find, really. You can actually see the top of the rocks parts from here. We just need to swing around the ridge and head south. Come on, I'll get my supplies together and meet you outside. I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick. So I'll be right back. I'm back. Hello. Man, tanking is fun. Welcome back. Tanking, huh? Tanking is fun as long as you know what you're doing. I'm not comfortable in my tanking abilities quite yet. But I'm sure a few more go-arounds and I'll get there. Anyhow. We're gonna leave that Beast Tribe quest alone. For now. Oh, I should probably mention the wildlife. While most of them will leave you be if you keep your distance, the local coyotes have learned to prey on folks heading home from the markets. I can usually swing a sword well enough to fend them off, but I may have loaded myself down with too many bargains today. Okay. Got you, bro. Alice was always saying how much she, I mean, let's get going, shall we? Oh no, does Tesleen have a crush on a warrior of light? He's so strong and fast and... Oh, look at that. Holy shit. Oh, Tesleen, why did you stand in the dark, ominous circle? I remember how to play. Sorry, there wasn't much time to shout a warning. Were you bitten? Those things can be nasty. And it hardly a match for you, it seems. I'd always thought Alice was strong, but in her mind she was never... Now it makes sense. Well, we should push on. It might be best if you scout ahead and clear out any coyotes that have our scent. I'll wait here so you can fight without any distractions. Cool. That's fine. Ooh, look at that turtle. Tesleen. Oh no, the sandmole was attacking me. Oh, I chose Alice first. I mean, what do you call it? She was the last one to go with me, so it seemed only right. To me, at least. Like, she was there with me for a majority of it. Love the music for Amarang. I like that it's kind of it's a little futuristic, but also kind of like spy thriller-ish. Already forgot how to play. Boy, what? How is that a music genre? The music is just chill vibes. I like it. It just reminds me a lot of like music I would hear when I'm playing stealth games like Splinter Cell and Metal Gear Solid. It's a genre. Spy music is a genre. Look up all the James Bond films. I know most of the time it sounds like I'm talking out my ass, but I actually know what I'm talking about with that one. Oh, this one? Oh, okay. There you go. I need an MMO mouse because these two buttons in the corner are not cutting it. The music is chill vibes though. I will agree. Oh my god, there's a giant. How do I fight it? How do I kill that thing? Oh, thank goodness you're back. I could hear the howling and snarling from here. Frightful creatures. Let's hope the rest have seen your handiwork and know how to avoid us now. I need to get these supplies back to the inn. Bye, Tesleen. Oops. Twitch? I'm in Twitch. This area is really called Twitch. It is. It's crazy, yo. Bruh. My friend said I'm almost finished with Shadowbringers. Well, yeah, you're doing like level 78 quests. It only goes up to 80. So I'm surprised that you still have. I still don't know who the Crystal Exarch is. 79 now. Excuse you. Okay, well then there you go. You're even much closer. This is it. Thanks to you, I didn't have to drop my shopping even once. Come to think of it, I'm glad I didn't make the trip alone. It seems you ended up escorting me. I'll have to repay the favor somehow. But first, let's head inside, shall we? Yes. But sometimes I think I'm almost done, but then it goes on and on. Yeah. Fair enough. You go off by like the levels thing. I don't think it's too long. But we'll do this one. We'll do this one dungeon and maybe cut it. Just a nice chill short stream because I chose to and not because I am sleep deprived. Because I want to do the Moogle stuff, and I don't need to be on camera for that. Welcome to the Anna Journey's Head. You might be our first visitor from the Crystarium since Alice arrived. It's not much, but it's home for the afflicted and a handful of carers. COVID? They got COVID? You don't know? The coronavirus has ravaged the first. I don't think I've met anyone besides Alice who was so unfamiliar with our situation here. Most folks have grown up knowing someone who knew someone. I might leave out something obvious, so it may be best to have Alice give you the full explanation. Still not used to it. Still not used to it. I'm sure. Give it a few more. Shadowbringers is about having COVID. Yeah, the shadow. I'm bringing COVID to the first, or rather, I'm bringing COVID from the first to the source. Oh my God! Look at that thumbnail. Is she dead? Look at my Poogie. I think she might be out on patrol. You could wait, I suppose, but why not go and surprise her? She usually takes a look at things from the watchtower first, so you might be able to catch her there. It's not far. Head out to the south side and you'll soon see it. I'll stay behind in case she comes back while you're gone. Come along, Poog. We're going Alice hunting. But first, it looks like there's an ether current there. It's crazy to me that this game used to have no lighting. I wonder what this would have looked like without lighting. Besides terrible. Why did that one take so long? You spot fresh footprints on the ground and they look to be about the right size. Yes, these look like Alice's feet. I've studied it well. Stop right there. Oh wow, the battle music. You call it the H police, the H word police. Listen, I didn't say anything about being H word, just that I know what her feet look like. The footprints curve around to the west. I thought he meant the footprint itself curves to the west. I'm like, why do you know that much about the feet, man? Look at all these dudes. Look at these silly little guys. Alice's curved feet. They're very distinct, you know. Look, she tried spelling out her name in the sand. There's a big A. There are more tracks, but they end in a mess of disturbed sand. Her feet curved westward. This looks like that area in near Automata, actually. It looks very similar. Out in the desert. She's dead. I know, well the thumbnail was like... The thumbnail was like a bunch of tombstones. Oh! Now I'll never see her curved feet again. There she is.
Is that... It can't be.
And she's got a new outfit that I like. Much better than the other one. More red. Which means I already dig it.
Just a lesser sin eater. Nothing to write home about. I knew you'd turn up sooner or later, but I had been hoping for sooner.
The red twin and the blue twin. Red Oni, blue Oni.
How are you?
Oh, Alice. Yeah, Alphino should be a blue mage. Can you imagine?
We fought them to a standstill then.
That's true. Even their little hair ties in the back are blue and red, huh?
Last looked in on the source. But without knowing for sure how fast time was passing there, I couldn't help worrying that a lot might have happened since then. I'm heartily relieved to hear that it hasn't, just as Alphino must have been. As you can imagine, both he and Urianger were desperate to hear the news from home when I arrived. I haven't actually seen Thancred and Y'shtola yet, but they will have heard all the latest developments from the Exarch by now, or should have at least.
I'm sure this isn't the same voice actress for Alice, but it sounds very similar.
When I think of how frantic Tataru and the others must be, I want nothing more than to rush back and reassure them. But we still haven't found a way to reverse the summoning. And even if we had, we couldn't just ignore Urianger's vision. He may use 10 words where one would suffice, and they may often obscure as much as they reveal. But on this matter, he was as clear as day. I do not doubt for one moment that he saw what he claims. Nor how difficult it must have been to speak about them. The 8th Umbral Calamity and your death aren't exactly topics for idle conversation. As much as I might want to go home, I don't want to go home to that. We can't allow the rejoining to happen, which means we have to save the first from the Sin Eaters.
Okay, gotta go shower and get ready for bed, unfortunately. I appreciate you stopping by.
Is a remnant of the flood.
See you when I see you. Thank you. I appreciate you stopping by. Hope you have a good sleep. I'm gonna stop soon, I think, because I think I'm pretty close to getting to that first dungeon.
In the first tipped decisively in favor of light. From that moment, it rose and swelled with each passing day, and then, without warning, it burst forth like water from a broken dam. A colossal wave of pure light, drowning everything in its wake. Only Norvrant was spared. For the most part, living things are composed of ether of various different aspects. But when exposed to such a flood, their etheric harmony is shattered, and their natural form breaks down. Then they either perish, or are warped into mindless abominations. Yes, that's how the Sin Eaters came to be. They were once living creatures, or people, that were caught in the path of the flood.
They're heartless?
Once the change is wrought, there is no going back. In that instant, they are gripped by an insatiable appetite for ether, and will happily gorge themselves on any living thing within reach.
They're heartless.
But even that is not the worst of it. The stronger Sin Eaters can plant light in us, like seeds in soil, corrupting our ether, and triggering the birth of new monstrosities.
They're heartless.
They are creatures of base instinct, that exist only to feed and to multiply. They feel no pity, know no remorse, and are utterly deaf to reason. Which is why they must be destroyed. Every last one of them. The infirmary is full of the Sin Eaters' victims, left here to spend their final hours waiting for the change to overtake them.
It's just a matter of time. More for some, less for others. Those patient will all become monsters in the end. And to add insult to injury, the afflicted are feared, shunned, cast out of the society, and exiled here to the edge of the world. The only good thing I have to say about this hellish place is that it has served me well as a training ground. Tesleen and the others have also been kind enough to share their knowledge of the Sin Eaters. And we're going to talk about that in just a second, which is knowledge I can now share with you while you help me finish my patrol, of course. Excuses the fuck out of me. Ew. I do like how chill the music is, and then it becomes like rock music. Look at that. Oh wait, no. I have to it is not 7 quests. I have to do 9 more quests after this. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. That's actually not that bad. Here's what we'll do. I'll take the east side of the inn, and you clear the west, and that way you can have an undiluted experience with the resident terrorists. These marks on your map are where the usual trouble spots are. You can assume that any beast with a white hide or carapace is a sin eater, but you know for sure soon enough when they come slavering after your ether. Remember, it's kill or be killed with these monsters. Once you've slain whatever's prowling around out there, we can rendezvous back at the north entrance. Well, good thing these intro quests are pretty short, so I'm not too worried about that. I was looking at it wrong. I always forget that they always split off some of these. What the heck? Ancient lizard, huh? It's very mysterious. Oh, nothing? Okay, nothing. A turtle. Tolba. It's the Pope. The dog. Visions of dog. I really want to go back and play Elden Ring. So, there's a boss you fight in Elden Ring that is literally in an area that you might think might be the final boss, and then it's not. And I'm like, what even is this game anymore? Nice. I know they all drive at the same pace, but that feels so much slower than just riding my fat cat around. I gotta remember, I gotta switch out my outfits. I've been talking about this. This T-shirt design I've been thinking about for like a really, really long time, based on my character's outfits from Heavensward and Stormblood, and I never realized I never sent the pictures to myself, and I might have deleted them too. So I had to retake those pictures. I thought there might be one or two lurking in the fringes. Nothing about out of the ordinary for this area. I expect you notice it yourself, but individually, these lesser sin eaters are no more deadly than any natural predator you might encounter in the desert. It's when they appear in numbers that they pose a threat, much like the void scent. They have an unfortunate tendency to flock to the strongest of their kind. Thus, when a powerful sin eater goes onto the hunt, it might be attended by a veritable swarm of weaker kin. Imagine an army of such creatures descending on a village of hamlet. That's the basic idea behind my patrols, to color the ranks often enough that their numbers won't be overwhelming when the big ones come out to play. Tesleen. Did I already attune here? No. Yes, I did. She hasn't been telling you stories, has she? Oh gods. Oh, she's not using her other weapon anymore. She's using something else now. Alice tells me you helped out on her patrol. A profusion of thanks. Full glad am I. And my apologies for leading you from one battle to another ever since the moment we met. In any case, I'm glad to see the two of you found each other. You have no idea how badly Alice has missed your company. Everything is always, if Sora were here, he would... That's an exaggeration, and I don't sound like that either. I was simply trying to view matters from another perspective, and I respect Sora's methods. Ah ha ha ha. Honestly, after seeing him in action, I can understand why. The way he leaps into the fray without hesitation, it really is something to behold. I might be a little smitten myself. Oh. I'm only teasing. I've no doubt he deserves all the admiration he gets, just as you do. Oh, Alice. That's what I get for sharing. I like her little pout. I love Alice. I'd love to lay out a welcome meal, but the duties I put off when I went to the market are still waiting for me. There are 101 things that need doing. I'm sorry, but would you mind waiting here with Alice? I could do with a hand, it's true. Thank you. Could you tend to a few patients, perhaps? There are 3 in particular I mean to visit. It's just a matter of saying a few words to them and seeing that their skin isn't caked in sand. Paul, Nil, Todd, and Halric. Yeah, gotta be like 6 feet away. Don't want to touch you, got COVID. Don't want to be too near you, gotta maintain that 6 feet clearance. 6 feet distance. And Halric? Yeah, okay, we gotta get a table across from us. Put your mask on. Utterly still as you wipe the sand from his cheek. The texture of his skin is hardened into something akin to plaster. Have you tried CeraVe? It's worked wonders for me, honestly. Kept my skin nice and smooth throughout the whole day. Okay. How were they? Stoic and unmoving. Good, that's good. I knew they would enjoy meeting you. Huh? I am concerned about Halric, though. I'll have to speak with the other carriers, but I think his time may be near. We should leave you to have that discussion, then. I was gonna take Sora to Mordsuk if you have any errands there that need doing. Would you pick up a nectarine from the markets, please? Cassard's caravan has just passed through, so Ron should have some fresh fruit. There's something I want you to see, right after we stop at Ron's stall, of course. Okay. Let me check something real quick. Okay. Here for more bread, Ron. Need another taste of Ron's wares? Given how richly you crack your coin purse with me, I might still owe you food. Here, take this one, free of charge. Thanks, man. God, I've never seen a Mord merchant give away something for nothing before. How much coin did you spend here? Oh yes, I'll take a jar of honeyed worms as well. No, they're not from me. It's an offering of sorts. I mean, if you like that thing. Only the best wrigglers for you. Come again, my friends. I mean, you've been here, what, 6 months? If you've taken to eating honeyed worms, it's fine by me. Right, that's our shopping chores taken care of. Let's head up past the Aetherite to the main tower. The view I want to show you can only be seen from its very top. I might cut off here actually pretty soon. When I finish Alice's part, I'll cut it off because getting sleepy. Here, precious worms. That buys us a trip to the top of the tower, does it not? Nice, alone time with Alice. Dang, there's not even any railings up here.
Look, over there, where the wall is broken. Do you see what lies beyond? That's what the land became after the light flooded in. An empty white nothingness. Life cannot exist in such conditions. The primordial light would wreak havoc on the body's etheric balance. That nectarine you bought, it's Halric's favorite fruit.
Oop, they actually put a nectarine in my hand.
Most of the patients, Halric included, survived the attacks of powerful eaters, but their fate was sealed all the same. The monster's corruption has entered their bodies, and their very essence is being subsumed by light. The twisted state of the world itself just makes matters worse. Under normal circumstances, a person's ether naturally tends to equilibrium, but for these poor souls, the opposite is true. Sooner or later, every single one of them will turn. Tesleen and the patients, they all know this. They know what has to be done before the change goes too far, before the eater within takes over. The preferred method is mixing poison into their favorite food. In my time here, I've borne witness to a lot of last meals.
Jesus.
I feel just as helpless as before. No matter how hard I fight, it's never enough. But it's a war I mean to wage, nonetheless. Speaking of wars, do you remember how I made you promise not to leave me and then promptly collapsed? Well, let's just say I had a few choice words for the Exarch concerning the timing of his summons. But even if the fault lay with someone else, I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd abandon you on the battlefield. So I swore that I'd make up for my absence there by making a difference here. And that's what keeps me moving forward, even when things seem hopeless. On which note, it's time we headed back. The longer we keep Tesleen waiting, the harder this will be for her.
I'm glad I was able to show you that. When it comes to understanding the catastrophe which we felt first, one glimpse of the empty wasteland beyond the wall is worth more than an hour of Urianger's lecturing. And I needed you to know beyond a doubt that Tesleen has no other choice. The nectarine will be a kindness. It isn't just a threat posed to others. When a person becomes an eater, the pain appears to be excruciating. The carers are truly fond of their rewards and would spare them that suffering. It is their way of fighting back against a fate worse than death. Dan. Maybe it doesn't have to do with the kobolds, but it's still sad as hell. I'm just gonna teleport, since I can afford it. Thank you. At least it's explained why I wanted this, Hashi. I can see it in your eyes. We may not need it just yet. I spoke with the others and we decided to keep an eye on Halric for now. Thanks to you though, if his time does come suddenly, we'll be ready to send him on his way with a taste of happier days. Man. Well, nothing's gonna happen for a little while yet, so let's see if we can't lighten the mood. It's time for that welcome meal, don't you? Cooking minigame? Little Genshin Impact for you?
Speak up if you'd like another helping. I made a little bit more than usual today.
And you've added something special to the broth, if I'm not mistaken.
Poison! Oh shit!
Aye, well, it's not often we have visitors from the Crystarium, so I may have thrown in a few extra bits and bobs. Oh, it's nothing, really. And we do so rarely have guests. In a place like this, you learn to take what moments of happiness you can get.
Man.
I remember when I first came here with my mother. She was showing the early signs.
Oh no.
I knew there was no way to save her, but I just couldn't face what needed to be done. That's the way of it for most people. Why they travel from arms to stay here. Beaten, broken souls come to wait out the inevitable, to receive the mercy of a painless death. When my mother finally left this world, I was mad with grief, but also thankful that her passing was a peaceful one. It's never easy, ending a life you've cared for, even when you believe they go on to a better place. I often find myself wishing the Warrior of Darkness would come and do that part for me.
The Warrior of Darkness?
You've never heard the tale? I'm not sure where it began, but every child in Norvrent could tell you a version of it. Warrior of Darkness, servant of death, take care of our souls at our dying breath. Let sinners and eaters of sin go with thee, that all may return to the sunless sea. Well, that's the version I was taught anyway. It's just an old bedtime story. He's certainly never deigned to visit us here.
He just shows up. I'm here!
Which is a good thing, surely. He sounds rather ominous.
You've met him!
Do you think so? I always liked the idea that he treated every soul the same, even the Sin Eaters.
You know who that is. Stop pretending like you don't.
Desleen! Have you seen Halric? I swear, I only took my eyes off him for a moment.
Starting to dissociate. Cover the north and west, then you take everything from here to the south. I don't want to like just leave it hanging there though, so I will finish this last two, and then before I head out. It really does look like the area from like near. Maybe it's because like it's like a giant wall of sand, and like this looks a lot like it. Nice. Oh man.
Any sign of him? No luck then. But he surely can't have gone far. We should keep looking. The Sin Eaters are out in force, and if we don't find him soon, you can be sure they will.
It's that guy from the intro cutscene. Badass.
Did you see the size of that thing? It must be one of the nasty ones. Wherever it's going, it can only mean trouble. After it!
Lots of lengthy cutscenes too, I've noticed.
There it is!
Very actiony.
Is that... Oh, oh no!
Hey, hey. Shh.
We have
Get on the bed. Up on the bed. Oh no!
Tessie, no!
Oh. Ugh.
We all deserve happiness, wherever we can find it. The time left to you is precious. No one should die in pain. Mother, I...
Oh. Damn. Oh god, her face is horrifying. This creepy child. Oh, that's... Oh. That's quick.
No!
Damn. That is the scariest the game has ever been. Holy crap. Oh my god. That's not true, actually. There was actually a point where it was kind of scary. But, oh, Jesus Christ. What do you got to say for yourself, kid? Nothing. That's what I thought. Let's go talk to what am I thinking of? Okay. I thought you would at least say something, you know. Imagine you're just shocked as the rest of us. Man. Ulrich is as unresponsive as ever. He stands motionless, staring up into the sky, where the Sin Eaters made their escape. Last one, and then we're gonna cut it here. So I am falling asleep, y'all. Had a long day. Had a long day. We realized we hadn't thanked you for rescuing Halric. There wasn't even a fight. It was too late, too slow, and I thought I could protect you. You can't blame yourself for things beyond your control. You brought Halric back safe and sound. No one could have done any more. It's that level of tired too where like my eyes are starting to unfocus. Oh my god. During that last stream, I swear, so this is what was happening. If you go back and watch that footage, and I implore you watch that footage, I'm gonna leave it up. I start talking to myself. Like, I start having full-blown conversations in my head, and I imagine they're like happening for real, so I just start responding to them out loud. I must have looked like a crazy person. Sorry, but I've come to a decision. I won't be continuing my role here. I hope you will forgive me for leaving you, and that you will delay Halric's last meal for as long as you possibly can. Not until it's too late, of course. Just give him what time you can. Yeah, you have the same hair. You always do. Why would she leave now that they have no protector? Keep Tesline's words close to your heart. Creepy child. I understand how you must feel, but surely this is a bit hasty. Do you even have anywhere to go? Yep, yes I do. The stamped light building without cease. It's the reason we can't save those corrupted by the eaters. But what if you corrected the balance? Even if it were only little by little, even if it took years, it would surely make things better. Now, hold on there. Everyone knows there's too much light, but how could you ever hope to get rid of it? You'd have to change the whole world. Well, that's right. We should return to the Crystarium. I may not be able to repel the Ethers on my own, but I can still use the skills I have gained here to hurt them. Now they have no defender. The fuck? It's a cool shot. Where the hell am I? First, can I do this? No, I can't. Maybe it's the animation of it or something, or the lack of like movement on it that makes it look a lot slower than it actually is. Joe Mama, thank you. Joe Mama. Friends with Lee Gandhi. You a guy in high school whose comeback was always just your mama, and it would always work. He'd always win every single argument. You can't go wrong with a classic. I couldn't stay there a moment longer, but I was serious about what I said. While the men and women at the inn battle against this blight with kindness, I must fight in my own way with steel. Your swiftest Amaro. I need to return to the Crystarium immediately. Oh, do I get these as a mount? These fat chocobos? I love them. Remind me to wear goggles if we ever fly over Amarang again. I've barely gotten the sand out of my eyes. But the wind did help clear my head at least. I think I'm ready to meet with the Exarch. We need to talk about how we're going to wipe the City Eaters out. Shall we? I gotta get used to streaming for longer periods again, because by the end of Stormblood I was super prepared to stream for like 6 hours, and I think I'm pretty sure I did. Or close to it at least. I did like 4 or 5 hours. But now I'm just like, I'm tired. To be fair, I've been working quite a bit, so I'll give myself that, but man. I thank you for seeking me out, Sora. It meant a lot to have you there at my side. I was tempted to set off again the moment we had decided upon a direction, but you still have to visit Alphino, haven't you? And if I know my brother, he'll be on the cusp of discovering something vital to our success, if he hasn't already. I'm content to stay here and consider our options for the time being. But don't keep me waiting for too long, eh? Alright. Well, next time, we are going to be taking a look at, Alphino's side of the story. But for now, we're gonna cut off stream. If you missed any part of the stream, you can catch the video on YouTube at youtube.com/Soramoto. If you want to be notified of future streams, follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/Soramoto. And one last thing, if you want to support me, buy my merch at store.streamelements.com/Soramoto. And like I was trying to mention earlier, I was trying to get my designs ready for the FF14 shirts that I wanted to make. I didn't have my reference images on me at the time, so yes, unfortunately that had to just get wait for a lot longer. But I do want to make sure I get those ready, at least before I hit Endwalker, at the very least, while FF14 is still relevant to my channel. You know what I mean? But yeah, you get some basic shirts in the meantime, at least. So come check these out. They're pretty good quality. I love the mugs, especially love the mugs, and they're also the cheapest things here. The mugs are very high quality. So see, let me see. See? Really nice high quality glossy mugs. They've been ran through the dishwasher too, I think, and the thingy hasn't come off, so yeah, there's that. But anyways, that's it from me. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, stay safe, take care, and peace out. Bye bye.